Well, hi guys. Working on the radius arm mounting brackets. As I said in the other videos, this hole is in the wrong place. It needs to be up here. And all of them I can find that I can buy are the same way. So, what I've done is took I think it was a 1-inch bolt or washer, and cut it off. And you can see, excuse me, I beveled the edges there, both parts. I'm going to weld this in, both sides, grind it down. I'll weld it from here this way, and then while it's clamped down, I'll take the hammer and knock this down and weld it, weld it back. And when you get done, you end up with this. Now, what I'm going to do to strengthen this up is I'm going to cut a 1/8 piece to lay over top of this with the holes drilled in it. I'm going to put it on the truck, and it's going to get mounted to this side, and it'll get tacked on. I'll pull it off. I'll weld this hole solid, plug weld it onto the piece under here. Then I'll drill the hole out here for the bolt to come through, and then I can, it'll all be mounted up. So like I say, I'm not a welder per se, but you can see that's added, this outer piece here is added to it, and I believe it'll hold. I don't know what's different about this truck, why these brackets don't fit it, but I have the blue truck out there and the yellow truck both have the same bracket that this one takes. They're 2 inches apart. These holes are 1.5 inches. This bolt lines up, this bolt doesn't. So rather than weld on the frame, make a new hole in the frame, I'll do this. This was the reason I sent the other parts back and got these, because they're actually heavier. This is 3/16 material. The other ones were 1/8 inch. That makes a difference. So we're going to get back at it. I'm going to weld this up, both sides, get this bent down, and I'll go from there, because I got it, like I say, the hole goes right here. So this one I just kind of cleaned it up, shot some paint on it for showing purposes. But that extra little bit of that washer being on there will make a big difference in the strength of this. And so we're putting the 1/8 inch tab strip, I'll put it in and weld it too. So we'll be back here in a bit, guys, and I'll show you how this all comes together. So hang on, we'll be back in a few minutes. Well, hi guys, just got this welded up, and as I say, I'm not a welder. I don't claim to be. By the time I get that ground down, won't even know it's there. So we'll be back here in a few minutes, guys. I'll get this ground down, and I'll show you what what the plans are here. So I'll be back here in a moment, guys. Oh, hi guys. Okay, there it is, ground down. Hot too. Throw a coat of paint on it and you'll never know it. So, this being done, both of them being done the same way, now I need to make a strap that will go on here and have two holes. Use this 1/8 inch and make a piece to lay in there like so it can be welded on with the two holes already in it. Then, like I say, I'll weld it in there. I have both holes set. I'll test fit it on the truck. Then I'll take and plug weld this hole up to this. And then I can drill the other hole here for the mounting hole. And hopefully this will work. So, it's kind of as soon as I get that done, this piece made, actually two of them made for both, you know, this one and that one, I'll get them done and I'll show you what I'm going to do next, how I'm going to do this. So hang on guys, I'll be back in a bit. Okay guys, here's the game plan. And you can see I got the bracket made. I drilled it, attached it, I made the plug weld there. Now I can, before I weld, I'll put a tack down here across the bottom. Then I'll test fit this, repaint this black so I can take a scratch awl and go around the circle in the frame so I know where it is. But this is what you end up with. As you can tell, it's been, well, get it here where you can see it maybe. Yeah, get back here. It's welded in there, and the holes, I test fit the part on the truck before, you know, I did anything. So I know 3 of the 4 bolts line up perfectly. This one, well, it should be in the right place. Like I say, I'm not a welder. I don't claim to be. But I think that'll hold just fine. So, now comes this one. This is the driver's side. The plug weld is done now. I'm going to grind that off smooth. And hopefully get it you know, I'll weld it down here out of the way and then put some black paint on it so I can scribe it once it's on the truck to know where I need to be. And then I'll drill the holes, put a bolt through it, and weld her all up good, solid. So as soon as I get that done, we'll be back. Well, I should say, what do you think, Pop?
I think I'm worn out.
This is something else that you gotta, when you buy parts, you gotta spend a couple of days making them work. Yeah. This is a little ridiculous, but what else can you do?
What the hell they do?
So we'll be back here in a minute, guys. I'll get to cutting and welding, grinding, and drilling. So we'll be back here in a minute. Well, hi guys. We got the 2 holes put in. I test fit it. It fits just fine. So now it's going to get welded up. Like I say, the plug weld, you can see where it was right here. And it was just, you know, a 1/16 of 32nd away from, you know, where this hole is now. So pain in the butt to have to buy parts and rehabilitate them to fit, but that's like everything else I do. That's what seems to be normal, ain't it, Dad?
Yep. Every damn thing you get anymore is made in China or
Turkey.
Turkey or Vietnam or
Anywhere but here. You know, and the funny thing is, this come in a box that said made in America, and I guarantee you it's not made here. I don't know how they get away with that, but you know, it is what it is. So we're going to put this on the back down here and do a little bit of welding on it, and I'll show you the end result. So hang on, guys, we'll be back here in a minute. Okay, guys, we got it welded. It's kind of letting it hang here to cool off. Like I say, I'm not no welder. Never claimed to be. But it's in there. And it's obvious from the back side. It's in there. Test fitted it before welding it and, you know, drilled the holes. So even after I drilled the holes, it's all good. So when it gets done, cools off, and gets painted, it'll look just like that. Nice and pretty, ain't it, Paul?
yeah.
I might as well let you put your fingerprints in it.
No.
Why not?
You might find me then.
Oh. But that's how you modify the brackets. New I can't even think of what they're called. Arms. These are the brackets that hold them. But on this particular truck, and every one of these sets I find, the bolt holes are an inch and a half apart, which puts a hole right here. Well, the truck, they're 2 inches on center. So after several sets, I sent the originals back because they weren't going to fit without making them work. So why pay $63 or $65 a piece for these brackets that don't fit the truck that you got to modify? So you take them back. I get them from RockAuto for 33, 36 bucks a piece, and modify them. Sounds stupid, but I save money. Ain't that right, Pop?
I hope.
So this is the finished product, what it looks like when it's done. It's an awful pain in the butt to do, but it's what you got to do now. Radius arms, that's what they are, radius arm. These are the brackets for the radius arms. I'm telling you, I don't know why I cannot remember that name at all. It just...
I got a lot of names that I can't remember.
I even wrote it down so I would remember when I was talking about it here. Ugh. But at any rate, guys, this is what they look like when they're done being modified. And like I said, that's a part of a piece of a washer welded to the outside edge, then the holes drilled correctly, plug weld put here, the hole drilled, and now as soon as I get the radius arms welded in place where they need to be, I can put this all back together. But for now, I'll wait for this to cool off, and I'll give her a shot of primer and let it dry, and then give it a shot of paint, and they'll be ready to put on. Yeah, still hot, still very hot. Huh, you think that's funny? Funny, Mr. Funny Man, eh?
Yeah.
Ah, Mr. Jokester. Well, me and Pop's going to get off here. I'm calling this a day right now. I'm done video and I'm done working. I just got to clean up now. And there's a whole lot of crap here to clean up and put up.
Well, it's Mr. Hobbit.
Wouldn't they that? Oh well, we'll see you next time, guys. And this is how you fix a new radius arm bracket to fit your truck. Whoops. Just like that. We'll see you next time, guys. Well, guys, just to show the finished product and all its glory. The paint's still drying. This one's sitting here. By the clock on the wall, it says it's after 4. And me and Dad have been sitting here kind of talking and yakking and waiting for paint to dry. It's kind of one of them deals. So we're going to get out of here, guys. Got any wits or wisdoms for the day, Dad?
Huh?
You got any wits or wisdoms?
I ran out of that.
Oh, okay. We'll see you next time, guys. As always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. See, we do get things done around here. It just takes a while. See you next time, guys.